Have you ever stopped to think about what's really going on in a conversation? Not just the words being said, but all the stuff happening just beneath the surface? Well, today we're going to do just that. We're going to dissect what looks like a super simple chat between a student and a teacher about homework. And in the process, we're going to uncover a communication skill that is, trust me, a game changer for all of us.
So, right off the bat, let's just question everything. Is this just a quick throwaway chat about homework? Or is it something bigger? Could this one little conversation actually be a high-stakes moment that shapes a student's confidence, their grasp of a subject, or even how they feel about learning itself? Yeah, that's what we're here to figure out.
The key to all of this, the secret sauce, is something called educational listening practice. And no, this isn't just about hearing words. It's an active professional skill. Honestly, think of it like a doctor listening to a patient. It's the art of using a conversation to diagnose the real problem, so you can then work together to actually solve it.
Okay, so to really get this, we have to step into the student's shoes for a minute. It all kicks off with a phrase you've probably heard a million times, a phrase that sounds so simple but is packed with hidden meaning.
And there it is. 4 little words, I don't get it. Seems straightforward, doesn't it? The problem is a lack of understanding. But you know what? More often than not, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's basically code for something much, much deeper.
So what is really going on under the hood when a student says this? I don't get it could just mean the instructions are a confusing mess. Or maybe it means a key idea from last week's class just didn't land. It could also be pure anxiety, that feeling of being so overwhelmed you don't even know where to start. Heck, it could even be a motivation thing, like why are we even doing this? And here's the kicker. Each one of those problems needs a totally different solution.
And that's exactly where the teacher's role becomes so incredibly important. They have to switch hats. They need to stop being just an instructor, someone who just gives out information, and become a diagnostician, someone who can skillfully uncover the root cause of the problem.
And there's a process for this. First, and this is the most important part, they just listen, no judgment. This creates a safe space for the student to be real. Then, instead of jumping in with an answer, they ask open-ended questions, not yes or no, but what and how questions. They might repeat back what they're hearing. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that question 3 is where things get fuzzy, just to make sure they're on the same page. It's only after all that they can really nail down what the core issue is.
All right, so once the real problem is finally out in the open, the next step isn't for the teacher to launch into a lecture. Nope. It's about building a bridge together. It's about creating a collaborative path forward that actually empowers the student.
This slide just nails the difference, doesn't it? You have 2 paths. The directive approach, just try harder, basically shuts the conversation down. It kind of implies the problem is all on the student. But the collaborative approach, let's look at it together, that opens the door wide. It sends a powerful message. Hey, we're a team. We'll figure this out.
And this isn't just theory. It leads to really practical first steps. So if the instructions are the problem, the fix is easy. Let's just read the first one out loud together. If a concept is missing, cool, let's pull out your notes and find that part. If the student is totally overwhelmed, you just find the smallest possible starting point. See how every single response is tailored to the diagnosed problem, not the generic complaint.
So, let's zoom out. Why does dissecting a simple chat about homework really matter? Because the principles we're talking about here, they reach far, far beyond any classroom.
Here's the bottom line. Every conversation you have with a colleague, a friend, your family is a chance to diagnose what's really going on. True, active listening isn't just waiting for your turn to speak. It's about digging for the real issue. And when you work together to solve that issue, you build something way more valuable than a quick answer. You build confidence, you build skills, and you build trust.
When you really think about it, what we've seen is a kind of transformation. By using this powerful listening practice, a teacher can take a moment of total frustration, that I don't get it, and turn it into this incredible personalized learning moment. It's a win-win.
And that brings us to the final question, one I want to leave you with. In your life, at your job, the next time someone comes to you with a problem, how are you going to listen? How can you turn your next conversation, no matter how small it seems, into a genuine opportunity for diagnosis, for collaboration, and for learning?